Welcome back, everyone. Brand new box office breakdown show here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinnenberg. Today, I'm breaking down the box office of this past weekend, which was the first box office weekend of the month of August the 2nd to the 4th. Also breaking down the worldwide and domestic numbers so far this year and previewing the week ahead in theaters. So welcome back to the channel. I'm Max Dinnenberg. Welcome to Max Talks Movies. If you're new to the channel, we just hit 230 subscribers. So get us 240 subscribers as quickly as possible by hitting that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do this show every single week, as well as other movie, TV show reviews, out of theater reactions, and movie franchise ratings. So please subscribe, ring the bell at the end of the video. I will preview my week ahead here on the channel. Please comment down below. What are your thoughts on the box office? What did you see this past weekend? What are you going to see this upcoming weekend? Let me know in the comment section. Also, please like the video. It really helps the YouTube algorithm out. So the more you guys like the videos, the more my videos are seen on a bigger level. So please hit that like button. So without further ado, let's get into this past weekend's box office, which, as I said, was August the 2nd to the 4th. And let's do it. So starting at number one is Deadpool and Wolverine in its second weekend, only dropping 54%. Not any major competition that hit theaters this past weekend. So 97 million for Deadpool and Wolverine in its second weekend, up to 395 million domestic in just 10 days. Astonishing numbers. Deadpool Wolverine is on track to be the highest grossing rated R movie of all time, surpassing obviously the first two Deadpool movies, but also Joker. So Deadpool Wolverine is on track to be above $1 billion. The question is, can it even touch Inside Out 2? We'll talk about that more in a second, but massive plus for Deadpool Wolverine. There's no major big movies hitting theaters. It kept all of its premium screens, and it will be keeping half of its premium screens. Borderlands will take up half the premium screens this weekend, and then the next weekend, Alien Romulus will take up all of the premium screens. So last weekend, I believe that you can see Deadpool Wolverine in the biggest screens possible. So definitely go do that if you have not seen this movie on the biggest of screens yet. At number two, in its third weekend, is Twisters from Universal, only dropping 35%, 22.6 million up to 195 million domestic. Again, Twisters has done very well, but just like other Universal properties, their two biggest movies, which I'm about to get into the other one, are both releasing on digital in the next week. And Twisters will only be in theaters for one more week. Because August 13th, the next time I guys talk to you on the box office side of things, that will be when Twisters will be available to purchase on digital for $20. So Twisters will be available on PVOD on August the 13th. That'll be shocking because Twisters, there's not a lot of big movies coming out, so it still has an opportunity to do very well at the box office. But Universal has been very quick to put their movies straight to PVOD as quickly as possible, no matter how big of a movie it is. And Despicable Me 4 and Twisters are a part of that. Trap is the only new movie of the weekend in the top 5, opening to $15.4 million for Warner Brothers. This movie just didn't hit the over $20 million mark, which would have been a really good opening weekend for Trap. But as you can tell with the audience scores, the reviews, I just think fans have lost the faith in M. Night Shyamalan. And even though and I'm a big fan of his and I'll go see all of his movies, for people, the inconsistency of his filmography isn't drawing people to theaters. And while I love the revitalization of Josh Hartnett's career, he still isn't someone who puts butts in seats. And he's by far and away the most famous person in the film. Over the last couple of years, M. Night has had either bigger ensembles or even last year, got people like Dave Bautista in the leading roles. But he hasn't really put movie stars in these roles in a long time. Probably since Glass. So Trap does not do great. It does okay, $15 million. Again, he makes all of his movies here locally in Philadelphia where I live. So his movies aren't as expensive as others. So he doesn't need massive box office success, but you do think with his filmography, he should be a bit higher for opening weekends than he is at the moment. But his name alone now is not going to draw massive box office numbers. At number 4 is Despicable Me 4. Sorry, not Inside Out 2. Despicable Me 4 in its fifth weekend, only dropping 23% in its fifth weekend. Another 11.2 million, 313 million domestic. But again, the sad news is for people in theaters, Despicable Me 4 is hitting PVOD tomorrow, August 6th. It will be available to watch at home for $20 to $25, depending on rental or purchase. So this movie got 5 full weekends in theaters. It did very, very well. I think Illumination and Universal could have waited a bit longer because there's no animated movies until Transformers 1. So it would have made sense to keep Despicable Me 4 in theaters at least for the next month or so. But they are just going to put it right to Universal's PVOD. And again, once it's done with its PVOD run, its rental run, it will go to Peacock down the road. So that's for Trap and for, sorry, not Trap, Twisters and Despicable Me 4. At number 5 is Inside Out 2 in its 8th weekend, only dropping 22% in its 8th weekend. Another 6.7 million, 626 domestic, one of the biggest movies of all time. And Disney has not even released a release date on digital yet for Inside Out 2. So for the foreseeable future at the moment, it is a theaters exclusive movie. We look at the domestic numbers this year. Inside Out 2, 626 million, as I said, leads the way. Deadpool and Wolverine is a number 2, 395 million domestic. Despicable Me 4 is a number 3. And then the rest of the Despicable Me 4 is at 313. They're all above $300 million. Now, 3 movies in the $300 million plus club. Dune Part 2 is number 4 of 282. Godzilla X Kong at 5 with 196. Twisters at number 6 with 193. 195. This is all domestic numbers, United States and Canada. Kung Fu Panda 4 at 7 with 193. Bad Boys Ride or Die at 8 with 192. I mean, there are 5 movies within $4 million of each other, clogging up the rankings here. And then the rest of the top 10 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes at 9, Quiet Place Day 1 at 10. Still 12 movies over $100 million. We'll see if we can get to maybe 20 by the end of the year. Worldwide numbers this year, Inside Out 2 is still 1.55 billion. It's going to be in the top 10 biggest movies of all time. It's almost made $1 billion just internationally. It's up to 928 internationally outside of the United States and Canada. So just amazing numbers for Inside Out 2, and it's still not going to be on digital anytime soon. Deadpool and Wolverine is already at a 824 million worldwide. It will be one of the fastest growing billion-dollar movies of all time. In just 10 days, it is now 170 or so million away from getting to the $1 billion club, and it should be able to pass Joker for the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. Massive win for Ryan Reynolds, massive win for Marvel and Disney, who is back on track box office wise with Deadpool and Wolverine. Despicable Me 4 is a number 3 with 752.2 million worldwide. Dune Part 2 is number 4 of 710 million. Godzilla X Kong at 5 with 568. Kung Fu Panda 4 is a number 6 of 545. Chinese films are 7 and 8. Bad Boys Ride or Die is at 9 with 398 million. And Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is at 10 with 396 million. So 3 new movies are hitting the marketplace this weekend. You have the big one, which is Borderlands, based off the video game IP. That movie's hitting theaters this weekend. Also, It Ends With Us, the new romantic movie starring Blake Lively, based on a best-selling book. That's also hitting theaters. And Neon has another movie coming out after Long Legs, another horror movie, Cuckoo, starring Hunter Schafer from Euphoria. Big cast, Dan Stevens, Jessica Henwick. That movie's also hitting theaters this weekend. So the week ahead here for the YouTube channel, I am, with all thanks to you guys, my audience, the fact that you guys got me up to 230 subscribers and all these things, thank you. I have been invited to go to an advanced critics-only screening of It Ends With Us tomorrow night. That's why I'm doing my box office show a day early. So tomorrow, you'll get my out-of-theater social media reaction to It Ends With Us. The embargo lifts Wednesday at 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, my full review for It Ends With Us will be out on Wednesday. You'll get my Batman Cape Crusader review this week, probably Thursday. Friday, you'll get my review of Borderlands. and then back here on Tuesday or Monday next week talking box office. So I'm so excited to go to this critics only screening. First time I've done that since being on YouTube. So thank you guys. If you want me to keep going to more screenings as possible, keep subscribing to the channel, keep liking the videos, keep commenting. Let's be seen by Hollywood and supporting the channel. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys soon.